Hello, people. Good morning. Good morning.
Yeah.
And we are back again for another of our specials just for you guys.
Hey, it
Just
might
for
be
you
afternoon
guys.
somewhere, you know.
You know what? I think we have to do it all across. Good morning, good
Exactly.
afternoon, good evening,
Good
and good
evening.
night to someone that maybe could be in the other side
Hey,
of the world,
maybe China or somewhere. It's probably night
or
somewhere.
even Australia, or even
Yeah, or Australia.
Australia.
Yeah,
Yes.
you know.
So yes, guys, we are back again. And in the football world or the soccer world, depending on what side of the world you're in, that you call it. But for those that know it, we call it football. For some, they call it soccer. It
They're
never
thinking like
stops.
the American fan.
Yes, to our American fans. I don't know what they call it in Australia. Maybe it might be soccer or something. I have no idea. But to the rest of the
The
world,
rest of the world calls it football.
the rest of the world calls it football. So it's we're happy to be back again, and the news never stops. The news never stops
Yep.
in in the world of football. But I think the first place we can start from is the news that is heating up, the one that is causing a controversy right now,
hmm
and it's our dear brother Isak, Alexander Isak, the Swedish man with Somali blood in him.
Yep. Yep.
And Isak put out a statement saying, I'm not quoting him word for word, but I'm trying to summarize, saying, hey, look, he didn't go for the PFA awards. He says he doesn't want any controversy, nothing, nothing. He just wants to be alone. And he wants to leave. I don't know what Liverpool have offered him, but it's obvious he wants to leave. I don't know.
Yeah.
What are your takes on it?
So this situation for me, it's what comes first? Chicken or eggs? Eggs or chicken? Or as some other people will put it, it's a double-edged sword, right? So
True?
yeah, so when clubs don't want players no more, they discard them without a second thought. Even if they bought them for $1 billion, they just let them go, right? But when clubs want a player, they are willing to hold the player on stage. In this case, Isak is such. I'm struggling a little bit because I'm biased. Okay, so let's be upfront. I'm a little biased. I don't want
Okay.
Newcastle to
uh,
strengthen Liverpool.
Liverpool. I
However,
agree with you. We can agree on that. We
we can agree on that.
we can agree on
However,
that. Yes.
however, the football fan in me, right? The objective football fan in me also wants to see Isak play at the top level, right? I mean, not to say that Newcastle is not a top club, right? But hey, when you're talking European reality, you want to see what Isak is able to do playing against the big boys at the later stages of the Champions League, contesting for the title and seeing if he's able to um, still perform at that top level without the pressure. Some players play well when there's no pressure. They give off their best when there's no pressure. So
Yes.
I want to be able to see, hey, is he able to still perform at that top level when the pressure is a lot? When you're playing against the City and you need 3 points to win the league, you know, um, it's double edged. But again, when I look at it, the total picture, I also understand where Newcastle is coming from. I think Isak left it a little bit late. That's where I stand. To start to say, hey, I want to leave. I think he should. I know they made promises to him, but the club is saying no one made promises to him now. See?
So this is where it. So the ladies, the people that handle the transfer with the middlemen, them call them
Yeah.
the husband and wife, Steve and Amanda. They
Mhm.
were the previous owners. So he said, according to him, who were not there, said they promised him a new contract. But towards the end of the season, they left. So those were the previous owners. This is similar situation to Gyökeres.
Yeah, I know.
But his is just completely different. His is I'm also torn as well because let's look at this, right? Newcastle took a chance on him when they took him from Real Sociedad,
Yeah, they
and
took
they
a risk
paid.
on that too.
They took a risk.
Mhm,
They took a risk, and
mhm.
now he's. We can arguably say he's among the top 5 or top 10 strikers in the world easily.
Yeah, you'd say top five. I wouldn't even go as far as top 10. It's top five.
Okay, okay,
Yeah,
top. Let's in the Premier League is up there if you're counting on people that and
yeah. Right now,
is a
right.
threat.
I mean, right now, the only person you probably take ahead of him is
Is
Haaland.
Haaland. Yes,
Yeah,
that's true. That is
that's
very
it.
true. So for a number 9, to be honest, he came into the Premier League. People were like, let's see, because everyone was like, why didn't the big teams, why didn't Man U go for him? Why did Arsenal go? No one, but they did. They took a chance,
Yeah,
and I think they paid roughly about 60 million then
mhm,
for him, and he had just got like less than 10 goals. So they took
exactly.
a huge, they took a
It
huge
wasn't
risk.
like it wasn't like he was burning down the
It,
La
it
Liga.
wasn't. It was. It wasn't. It wasn't. It wasn't. So I think just like you, I'm torn because another person will say, so what's also best for the player as well?
But what's
Because
best for the club?
he's currently on about. And I think for Newcastle, he kind of I'm sorry to say, but he just this window has done. I think they just want the transfer window to be done and dusted it. I don't think any Newcastle fan out there. I
No,
don't
no,
think
but hold on. I think that is if Isak had been clear from the beginning of the window, hey guys, I am leaving. Full stop. Whatever happens, I'm leaving. I think Newcastle would have covered their bases faster.
true. I
You
agree
don't
with you.
have a lot of strikers in Europe. Okay, so
In,
let's list the
in the world,
strikers who've moved.
in the world,
Shesko, yeah, especially in the world. Shesko moved. Gyökeres moved. Who's moved again?
you can't think of much. There are not too many.
Exactly. Maybe okay. Osimhen moved.
Yes,
Those are like the top guys moving, right?
yes,
By Ekitike, let's add Ekitike to it.
yes. He moved as well.
His
He, oh,
movement. I
and
didn't
they
know
and they
not about
and they
him.
wanted to go for a ticket.
Exactly. No, by the time they were trying to go for Ekitike was when Isak started making it clear he wanted to leave,
Yes.
right? And Ekitike already had an agreement with Liverpool. See, so it's also hard for the club to say, hey, we're just going to let you go. Okay, so how do they cover for him?
So this is how I see it because I think in I think in my entire life of watching football, this is the first time I'm seeing a club getting Champions League and and it's like they can't get players. No more. Everybody's like they have Champions League.
Bro,
I'm going there. I'm
bro,
going
have
there.
you been to Newcastle? Have been.
So I think
No
that's
one
what's
wants to go to
confusing.
no one wants to go to Northern England except you don't have
So
an option.
so I think what's confusing to even the Newcastle fans is we're offering Champions League football. And I think something that also got to Isak, because I think he's on around 120,000 a week, roughly. I think it's like the fourth highest paid. I think Bruno Guimaraes is probably the
Yeah.
highest paid.
Mhm.
And I'm like, okay, 120, that's not bad, that's not a big deal. So I said, okay, something Liverpool must have gotten to him and said, bro, we're going to offer you at least 300,000. We're going to time
By
because
the
that's
way,
the only way.
I was waiting for you to finish that. 120K is bad for one of the best strikers in the world.
But let's
Present,
look at this.
present football,
Yes,
present
it
because
looks bad.
because
It looks
Newcastle is
bad.
supposed to be run by billionaires.
But it looks bad on
Yeah,
paper, right? But for as at the time when they took him for Real Sociedad, I'm pretty sure it was probably on like 20 or 30.
something like that. Probably
So
just a bit more.
so by the time and to be honest, at the end of the transfer window, I didn't even think Isak would move because you've done what you can do for the club. They just won, you've made history for the club, they won the Carabao Cup. Everything looks all good and smooth. And I was like, they just bought Elanga, your fellow Swedish brother, Elanga, Isak. You guys have some Swedish connection. And I'm like, okay. Then to make matters worse, They don't have a CEO. Paul Michel, their sporting director, left.
Or maybe just sell him to Arsenal. Havertz just got injured. He has his Swedish
before,
brother with him. You're correct.
before,
They have a
before we
connection.
before we get there, let's finish
They
this
have a
Isak.
connection. You know they
let's
have a
finish
connection.
let's finish this Isak issue, right?
Forget,
Because
forget, forget
no,
Elanga.
no.
There's a
Let's finish.
connection with Gyökeres.
Let's finish this Isak issue first, because I don't know which
No,
connection that one is. I don't know because there's
it's
one.
part of the issue. You mentioned the connection, and I'm telling you, there's a better connection.
No. There's no connection. I'm talking of the skin connection. There's a skin connection. There's a Fufu connection with Elanga there and Osula. so, but this is how I think it's. I think Liverpool got to him. They turned his head, and I don't want to jump because there's also the last topic we're going to talk about, which is about transfers towards the end, which is about the way players have been acting in this transfer window,
But
putting in their
hold on.
mind.
Just before you move on, I also think Liverpool should pay whatever Newcastle wants if you want the player desperately.
No, but they offered 120. Newcastle said they are not even selling. 120
Newcastle wants
million.
150. That's the
I
last
think,
news I heard.
no, but the last one they don't want to sell. And I think it's bad for Isak because this morning I read on Sky Sports, Newcastle said we've been alerted to the information that came out on social media talking about Isak, and they said, look, we're not aware of any agreement with anyone. Nothing was signed.
No, I'm not selling.
And we are not selling. As far as we know, Isak is still a Newcastle player, and they
he
want
has
to
a
keep
3-year
us.
contract.
And he has the 3 years to go. And so far as they know, he's a Newcastle player. So my mind is thinking, this is a World Cup here, Isak. We have today's 20. We have about 10 to 11 more days to go to the transfer window ends, and after that, we'll be talking about Isak maybe learning to eat kebab or shawarma in Saudi or Turkey, because
No,
those.
I actually think Newcastle will eventually let him go. You can't hold on to,
Yes,
except they are willing to take mad loss. So they will let him go. They might just not let him go this summer. Maybe January he will join Liverpool. Who knows? Yeah, that's where I am at the moment.
I think for me, well, which was our initial point was we don't want him to go to boost Liverpool, but I think at this point in time, when a player starts making statements out, social media putting statements, I think for the sake of everyone, just go, just let him
Because
go.
he's gonna poison your team.
Yeah, and
Playing well.
also yes, and also and also it gives them time to go look for someone else.
Yeah.
Unfortunately for them, the closest person that could have been an Isak was Ekitike because they play very similar football. Sleeky,
Yeah.
tall, they move. And
Even
I think
Sheffield rejected them. I'm like,
I don't want to talk about their rejection because Umbuemo also rejected them.
oh my, everyone
And
was just saying no.
and the only person that wants to go there, which I really don't want to jump, but I guess I'll just do a snippet, is Wissa. Wissa wants to go to Newcastle. He has 1 year left on his contract.
And Brentford is refusing that one.
And Brentford. so I'm saying, okay, Newcastle, you want a player. And the player you want is doing the same thing your own player is doing. You see how life is.
Yeah.
But this is the part which we'll still talk later is Brentford are demanding 50 million for Yohan Wissa, who is 28 and has 1 year left. Now Newcastle want 150 million for a 25, 26-year-old. But we'll leave that. But just to touch on this, I think Liverpool should just let him go at this point. Is looking too messy. I don't think anybody wants.
Liverpool to let him go because
no. So
you
it
want to
doesn't.
strengthen
The
them.
truth is, it doesn't really favor everyone because at the end of the
I
day,
actually think that's not what Liverpool needs. But again, that's a different conversation. I actually think Liverpool should be trying to strengthen a
their
different
wings
part of their
and their
the wing
defense.
and their defense. But they are going to get Isak. Fine, good for them. We'll be here for it. I want
So
to see
before,
how Ekitike and Isak plays together.
so before we move on, which is just something you just said now, are Liverpool going to seriously bench a 79 million player if they get Isak?
Oh yeah, they benched Nunes. It was a
No,
bargain price.
no,
They benched him
no,
without even thinking about it.
no. Nunes
He
was a
was
special
he was,
scenario.
he was warming the bench regularly.
No, Nunes was a special scenario.
I don't think Nunes had 10 straight games in Liverpool at any point.
No, I think he did. Not in his first season, he did.
10 straight games. I don't think so.
Yes,
He didn't
yes, he
have up
was
to.
the only striker. So the
I,
problem with Nunes
I'm
is
going to go and check that thing.
the problem with Nunes is till today he doesn't still understand the offside rule. And let me tell you, this I have a friend. I keep on telling him that I like Nunes because the reason why I like Nunes is Nunes does not know what they call finesse and when to pass the ball to the net. Once it's boom, he
Everything
shots,
is power.
boom, foul. Nunes misses the easiest goal and scores the hardest goal and be like, wow, how did he score that? So I
Yeah.
understand, I understand, but let's leave Isak. We spent some time on Isak, and I just wanted to touch on something real quick, which I talked about yesterday on players that cost 100 million. We've seen so many, and when you spend 100 million on a player, what are your expectations? So I'm throwing this question to you. You just spent
So
100 million. What are your expectations from that player? And bear in mind, you guys spent 100 million about last season yourself.
yeah. So this is where I'm going to answer it. If Rice, okay, if so, if Rice was playing six for Arsenal, he was playing in
Yes,
front of the defense for Arsenal fully, 100%, right? And through the season, he didn't contribute some goals, some assists, and starting attacks. And all I get from him is maybe win one or two balls here and there in a match and commit fouls all over the place.
yes.
I will be a little bit disgruntled. That's the way to say that. Now, I know this your £100 million question is directed at Caicedo. I know.
No, not necessarily Caicedo. No, not
Yeah,
necessarily Caicedo.
I know.
But
You are targeting Chelsea fans, and I'm not
no,
here
I'm
for
not.
it because I don't want them to come to our comment section and turn the place into
In fact, I want them. I even want to even have a Chelsea fan come on this podcast sometime soon
and defend Caicedo
and no defend Chelsea as a club.
or Enzo.
So,
Enzo Fernandez.
so, so this is the thing. Is the reason why I'm saying that is okay. Arsenal has spent 100 million on
on.
Rice. To be fair to you, we can almost say, you know what? He has given me that moment where I can say, you know what?
Yeah.
Okay, yes,
He
because
has had a few. He
no,
has had a few games
no,
where
no,
he has
no.
actually you can point to and say
Yes,
this
you
is the
can
right
pinpoint, and I think the one that lives gonna live rent free in everybody's mind is
the Madrid
Real
one.
Madrid. Two free kicks. In fact, in discussion, people say, "Where are you hanging this free kick?" Just because of the right? They say this ball, where are you hanging it? To be honest, and I can say, okay, you know what? Arsenal played 100 million. It gives goals and it gives assists. I actually see what it does. But my question is, if I pay 100 million for Florian Wirtz, over 100, no goal, no assist.
No, but it's just one match. He
Well,
scored a
we're
lot.
already,
He
we,
scored a
we, we the haters are already counting.
007,
Zero
double
zero.
07.
No, we want him to go to 0 0 0 20. That's where we're wanting him to go. So, because as fans, no one has patience anymore.
Absolutely.
If Liverpool spends 100 for a midfielder, there's pressure. We have Enzo Fernandez, which towards the end of last season started giving returns. But I can't still say, you know what, this guy is worth this amount.
A signature game.
Yeah, a
Does he
signature
even
game.
have a signature game that you
Or
can
that
go to and
moment,
say, wow,
you know what, you know what, this was the game he repaid me back my money. For
yeah,
example, Chelsea fans will tell you the goal Fernando Torres scored in the Champions League, that was when he paid his 50 million back. Even though that's what they can, that's the moment they can remember. We all Jack Grealish. I
Oh
can't
my
think
God.
of anything.
What
This
can
is
you think of any for Anthony though?
no Anthony was 100 million. It was 80 actually.
With add-ons, it would have been 100 million. So no,
There's no way.
no,
There's no way it
no.
was getting. There's no way it was reaching the add-ons. And I don't. And I'm going to talk about Anthony. Towards the end. Towards the end. I know because of a few minutes left, but I'm going to talk about Anthony towards the end. But we've had the likes of Antoine Griezmann. He went to Barcelona. Nothing. Let's not forget we've had Joao Felix, the wanderer, the wanderer from Atletico Madrid to Barcelona to Chelsea to Atletico to Chelsea now to Saudi. Now nobody even remember him anymore. Okay,
Even in the Saudi self, he's not remembered.
it's not remembered. We've had the Philip Coutinho. I don't think Barcelona fans can remember anything that can say Philip Coutinho gave me 100 million moment. There's
I just think that if you are buying a player at such
amount.
amounts, anything beyond 50 million, that player had better be performing at the highest level. Because um, first, if any club that is paying over 50 million for a player is a big club, so their expectations, right?
Yes,
So you want such players to at least have some
impact,
impact. Like
influence,
now,
something. Yes.
I'm gonna be objective a little bit and say that maybe Caicedo makes up for his lack of offense defensively. He
So would you
covered
say I
a lot
paid
of ground.
100 million just for someone to defend?
Maybe not, but maybe that's what Chelsea needs, you know. However, I would think that the way the modern game is structured and played, right, at the moment,
Yes.
even if Zubimendi does not contribute some goals and assists towards through the season, then
Yes.
I'm going to start looking at him.
Yes.
That's
Because you paid almost 60 something million
yes,
for him.
because at the end of the day, we want every player to contribute. If Califiori is scoring, then you should be contributing. If
Then you should be
Gabriel
contributing.
is
That's
scoring,
true.
you should be contribute.
You should be
Contribute.
contributing.
Then White scores. You
So
know,
you
so
should you should you should
yeah,
contribute as well.
Louis Kelly scored. So you should be contributing, and you play ahead of all these guys. So you should get into the box better. You know, and
Better.
Arsenal
That's true.
dominates enough for you to get close to the box. You
Mm,
know, Partey used to score for Arsenal
that's very
from
true.
that position. He would
That's very
score
true.
some bangers for Arsenal. So I want to see that. I was happy with the assist he gave against Atletico Bilbao. I want to see more of that.
More of it. Yes.
Yeah, I want to see more of that. I want to see one or two goals here and there because there will be games that will be very tight. You know, I thought back to a few years ago, Rodri, tight games.
Foo.
It will come from nowhere and
Because it was so
a
annoying.
penalty.
It was so
Very
annoying
annoying. He would just
because
come from nowhere and score. You would
you
have
see
even
the
thought the game
teams
went 0
defending.
0 or
You see the
something.
teams defending so hard and deep.
So
Next thing
hard.
it comes with that
You
bullet,
just
right leg or
exactly.
left
So
leg, boom,
I
and that's the winner.
you can't just your game cannot modern football is not where you have specialized players, fully specialized,
Fully
where you have
specialized.
a Makalili that sits and
That's
that's
it.
it, all
That's
he
true.
does. Even towards the end of the season, they will now be saying, there's penalty in the last game, or we've won the league. Where give him one penalty, let him score one penalty. Like you say he scored one goal. Right? No, nobody does that anymore. You know, so that would be my last on that. However, you
Right.
know, the game is going crazy. Clubs are just spending all over the place and finding ways to circumvent the FIFA, the financial fair play
That is very true.
rules and all that. So yeah,
All
we're
right.
going
I
to
think we
get
can.
some mediocre players signed for 100 million, and they'll let's
Yeah,
hope
I
so.
think we can end with that. So I
Yeah.
want your option. I want your view now. I know this morning we all read that Kai Havertz is injured, which
Yeah,
honestly I'm not even an Arsenal fan. I don't like Arsenal. I don't wish them bad. But
yeah,
even
that's
I
fine.
don't wish injury on players. because I know that's how they feed and pay their bills. But it's a little bit sad for someone that just came back from injury, is been rehabilitating, getting big, getting to put himself in shape. He came on against in the United game for about 20 minutes, and then you're like, oh, he's injured again. Is knee injury. You know, I think the last one too was a knee injury, right?
Yes.
So this is back-to-back knee injuries. It's reminding me of my own player, though his was different areas. Lisandro Martinez, from his toe to his knee. And something I've known about injuries is, especially the knee, once you start, there's no coming back from it.
It's a problem. It's a problem.
We can cite the players like Wesley Fofana, still a
Yeah.
young. People will still be shocked. He's still less than 25. He's like 20. He's still very young.
Yeah.
He's had two back. In fact, this morning, I don't know if you read the news, but he's deleted anything Chelsea on his page, which maybe we'll discuss about that tomorrow. But what's your view, Kai Havertz? Where does this leave us now?
So Arsenal is already short in attack, in my opinion,
Yes, true.
because I felt we should have strengthened a bit more our left wing. I thought we should have sold one of Martinelli or Trossard.
Well, Trossard just got new salary
No, it
increase
was,
this month.
I know the club got the news of the Havertz injury. That's why they renewed him until 2027.
Ah, I think that's bad business.
That's bad business in my opinion as well. But again, for Arsenal, it's good business because they don't want to spend. So they are retaining a player that they probably are thought of selling. They don't want to buy. So we're
Yes,
not buying. So if you're not buying, you might as well try to retain what you have.
but you have yes.
Um, in fact, when I heard the news, I quickly went to check if Gabriel Jesus was coming back. Like, okay, at least get some more bodies. Just get bodies back. Just try and get everybody you can get. And I saw that those ones they were saying November, it was November and all that. I'm like, the season would have finished in that November. But it's okay. If Arsenal wants to buy, there's actually a disgruntled player in Europe who is an amazing player that you can negotiate with at the moment. Rodrigo.
90
Alonso is not
million.
using it. Yes, Alonso is not using it. The only problem with that is the only problem with Rodrigo is salary demand. That's what I heard. The man wants about 250,000.
Hey,
I no one's going to pay you that.
hey,
You don't even get.
a Champions League winner, you can't deny him.
Nobody's going to pay him that. He can stay back in. Okay, why is nobody bidding for him? He should stay back. I'm the
you
ending.
know, you know
Madrid is
that's
not
such
even paying him that.
that is such a curious case that nobody's even bid.
Nobody's bidding for him.
Nobody has even got to Real Madrid to say, hey, I want to make inquiries about Rodrigo.
No,
Nobody.
I watched the game yesterday, the Madrid game.
He
I
didn't
watched
play.
it. He didn't come on at all. Weird players that I've never heard of were coming on up and down. They
And I
took
think
Vini up. They
there's
didn't
a
bring him on.
there's a stat. They said this is the seventh straight game he's been benched
Yes,
since Alonso came in.
since Alonso. So I would just go to Madrid, negotiate, get him, and then use Martinelli as backup for Gyökeres. Backup for Rodrigo, backup for Gyökeres. Use what's his name? Trossard as an extra attacking option for, let's say we are chasing a game and you need an extra attacking player, right? So you
Yeah,
might take off a Zubimendi or a Rice and just add an extra attack-minded player, and then we can chase the game that way. But again, it's us now. We penny pinch, so I'm not
but
expecting that.
Eze, what's your thought? Eze, I thought you guys were going to go for Eze.
So for me, I'm not going to go after Eze anymore. I wouldn't, because except Arsenal wants to go, I won't go after him because his mind is all over the place. Is Arsenal today, is Tottenham tomorrow. I'm not
And you're,
really sure.
and you're playing with rivals. So is that you pick one? Or...
Exactly. You are playing with rivals. It's like a player now saying, I want United today, I want City tomorrow. What's going on? You know? So but if they get Eze would fulfill the same role that Rodrigo would fulfill. He can play across the front line. Rodrigo can play across the front line as well. So that's where I would go with that.
Well, I think I think on that we could end it there. We almost at time, but I just
Yeah.
want to talk just for like 1 minute. What's your stance on players that are refusing to play for their club? Say, this is it, like the Wizard, the Isak, the Xavi Simons, the Garnachos, the Antonis that have said, you know what, I don't want to play and I want to go to this particular club. Not I want to leave. I want to
I
go
want,
to this
yes, you're not
particular
telling me
club.
anywhere beyond this place. I think it's
Beyond
a pandemic, and rules are going to change. That's what players don't realize. They think they have the powers. Unfortunately, you don't. Some money controls the game, right? That's
that's
something
very
you need
true.
to understand. Money controls the game, not even fans. It's some people behind with cash controlling the game. Rules are going to change such that very soon you will start seeing rules like if you are on a contract that is more than 1 year, you can't make demands to your club. Something like that.
Something
You know,
like
it
that,
used to be
yes.
6 months before you can talk.
Before, yes.
6 months, yeah, you have to get to January before you can tell the
No.
guy if you are going to become a free agent.
Hmm.
You are going to start seeing rules will start changing. That's what I envisage. And the players will suffer for it down the road, you know. But again, the world is also changing. Um, these guys are not as professional as the Roy Kings and even
That
if those ones were not happy, they will still come and play.
they still
These
come
guys
and play.
don't
That is
play.
very true. Now it's different. Now there's Xbox, FIFA, PlayStation,
Yeah,
and our boy allegedly is with Sawiti, who is in the rapper,
yeah.
who is in the US, and he's been turning down contracts. So, but guys, if you want more in-depth analysis, please, this is the place you should be. TNT Sports. Like, subscribe, comment, and we look forward to see you guys tomorrow. Thank you so much, guys. Have a
Thank you.
lovely day.
Have a fantastic rest of your day.
All right,
I
all
don't pass
right.
now. Bye.
Oh my goodness me. Oh my goodness.